You've packed your bags, printed your boarding pass, and head to security thinking the worst is behind you. But in 2025, security checkpoints are stricter than ever, and the smallest mistake in your luggage can get you stopped, delayed, or even pulled aside for questioning. For seniors, that can mean missed flights, confiscated items, and stressful pat-downs. TSA officers, retired flight attendants, and frequent flyers told us exactly which items and habits trigger extra screening most often. In this video, I'll walk you through them step by step, and trust me, number 3 catches even seasoned travelers off guard. Let's jump in. 1. Powders over 12 ounces. It looks innocent enough: protein powder, instant coffee, or powdered supplements. But in 2025, powders over 12 ounces are flagged as potential explosives. TSA scanners can't always distinguish between harmless supplements and dangerous chemicals, so larger containers almost always trigger bag checks. Seniors are frequent culprits because they often pack large tubs of nutritional shakes or greens. One retired teacher in Phoenix lost her entire container of supplement powder after it was confiscated during screening. The fix? Keep powders under 12 ounces per container. Pack them in clear, sealed bags, and label them when possible. If you absolutely need more, split into smaller, travel-sized portions. Airlines don't mind the health needs, they mind delays. And if you think powders are strict, just wait until you see how liquids can stop you cold. 2. Oversized liquids and medications. The 3-1-1 rule is still alive in 2025. Liquids must be in containers of 3.4 ounces or less, all fitting in one quart-sized bag. Seniors often forget, especially with large bottles of lotion, cough syrup, or liquid medications. TSA agents told us oversized liquids remain the #1 reason passengers get stopped. One traveler in Miami had to throw away her expensive face cream because it was 6 ounces. The fix? Transfer liquids to travel-sized containers and always pack medications separately. TSA allows larger amounts of medically necessary liquids, but only if declared. Bring a doctor's note or prescription label to avoid arguments. Seniors who prepare save themselves embarrassment and delays. But while liquids are common, another item security hates even more is knives and tools hiding in carry-ons. 3. Pocket knives and multi-tools. It seems obvious, but in 2025, TSA still confiscates thousands of knives, scissors, and multi-tools every week. Seniors are frequent offenders, often forgetting small Swiss Army knives or sewing scissors tucked into old bags. TSA officers say these items always trigger alarms and secondary checks, slowing down lines. One retired veteran in Dallas said he missed his flight after forgetting a pocket knife he'd carried for years in his bag. The fix? Before you travel, empty out every pocket, pouch, and side compartment of your luggage. Check for nail clippers, scissors, or any tool with a blade. Pack only TSA-approved items in your carry-on and put the rest in checked luggage. It's better to double-check at home than lose time at security. But even when bags are clean, there's one modern culprit that keeps getting seniors stopped: electronics. 4. Laptops and electronics packed wrong. Laptops, tablets, and large electronics are a major stop sign if packed incorrectly. In 2025, TSA scanners are more advanced, but laptops still need to be removed and placed in bins unless you're in pre-check lanes. Seniors are often stopped because they forget to separate electronics or bury them under clothes. One traveler in New York said she was pulled aside for a full bag search because she left 2 tablets buried in her carry-on. The fix? Pack electronics at the top of your bag, in easy-to-reach sleeves, so you can remove them quickly. Use TSA-approved laptop cases designed to unfold flat on the belt. The faster you move, the less attention you attract. And if electronics are easy to forget, just wait until you hear what happens when you pack the wrong kind of snacks. 5. Food that looks suspicious on scanners. Yes, even your snacks can get you stopped. Dense foods like cheese, peanut butter, or even wrapped sandwiches often look suspicious on X-rays. In 2025, TSA says organic matter like cheese can resemble explosives, while spreads like peanut butter count as liquids. Seniors are often pulled aside for snacks packed just in case. One traveler in Atlanta said her bag was emptied because she packed a jar of peanut butter and blocks of cheddar. The fix? Pack only small sealed snacks like granola bars or trail mix. Leave spreads and dense cheeses at home unless you're prepared for extra screening. Airlines don't hate your snacks. They hate delays and bag checks. But if you think food is surprising, just wait until you see how loose change and coins still trip seniors up. 6. Loose change and coins. It sounds silly, but loose change can get you stopped. In 2025, TSA scanners flag dense metallic clusters as potential threats. Seniors often carry coin purses, jars of change, or keep coins scattered in pockets. Security officers say coins not only jam scanners, but also set off metal detectors, causing seniors to be pulled aside for pat-downs. One retired traveler in Boston said she was delayed 20 minutes because her purse full of quarters looked like a suspicious block on the X-ray. The fix? Consolidate coins before travel. Use bills, digital payments, or carry only a small amount in a clear zippered pouch. Empty your pockets fully before walking through security. Yes, even coins. Airlines don't hate money. They hate the false alarms it causes. And if coins cause confusion, just wait until you hear what happens when you forget lighters and batteries. 7. Lighters and lithium batteries. In 2025, TSA still bans certain lighters and heavily restricts lithium batteries. Seniors often forget about a lighter in a jacket pocket or carry high-capacity power banks over 100 watt-hours. Both are red flags. Security officers told us they see these items confiscated daily, often forcing secondary bag checks. A retired teacher in Los Angeles said her $200 power bank was taken because it exceeded the watt-hour limit. The fix? Carry only disposable lighters, one per person, and check the watt-hour rating on every battery and power bank. Keep spare lithium batteries in your carry-on. Never checked luggage. Airlines don't hate seniors using devices. They hate the fire risk. But lighters and batteries aren't the only fire hazards. Aerosols and sprays are another headache. 8. Aerosols and sprays. Hairspray, deodorant, air fresheners. Seniors often travel with them. But in 2025, aerosols remain tightly restricted because of flammability. TSA agents say seniors frequently forget size limits, packing full-size sprays in carry-ons. One traveler in Miami lost her favorite hairspray at security, and the entire bag had to be inspected. Even allowable travel-size sprays can get flagged if they're packed with other dense items. The fix? Stick to travel-size aerosols under 3.4 ounces and pack them separately in your liquid bag. Better yet, switch to solids or roll-ons. Fewer hassles, fewer delays. Airlines don't hate hygiene. They hate fire risks and spilled cans. But even if sprays get through, another item seniors love can bring you to a halt: soups and sauces. 9. Forgotten water bottles. One of the most common and frustrating reasons seniors get stopped in 2025 is also the simplest: water bottles. TSA scanners flag liquids immediately, and a full bottle tucked in a side pocket is an instant trigger for bag inspection. Seniors are frequent offenders because they often carry reusable bottles for medications or hydration, forgetting to empty them before security. TSA officers say this causes thousands of delays every single day. A retired traveler in Orlando said she lost a $40 stainless steel bottle because she forgot to dump it before entering the line. The fix? Always empty bottles completely before screening. Bring an empty reusable bottle and refill it once you're past security. Many airports now have refill stations specifically for this reason. Airlines don't hate hydration. They hate the wasted time when a full bottle sends your bag into secondary screening. And if you think water bottles are easy to forget, just wait until you hear about the tiny sharp items hiding in your everyday bag. 10. Shoes and clothing issues. It's not just what's in your bag. What you wear can stop you at security. In 2025, seniors are frequently delayed because of shoes, belts, and layered clothing. Thick-soled shoes and orthopedic inserts often set off scanners, while belts with large buckles look suspicious on X-rays. Seniors wearing multiple layers, jackets, cardigans, vests, are almost always pulled aside for pat-downs because scanners can't read through bulky fabric. A retired traveler in Denver said she was stopped 3 trips in a row because of her supportive shoes with metal shanks. The fix? Wear slip-on shoes with non-metallic soles and avoid belts with large buckles. Keep clothing light and simple until you're past security. Layer up afterward. TSA agents recommend seniors use pre-check if possible, since shoes and light jackets often stay on in those lanes. Airlines don't mind your comfort. They mind delays at checkpoints. And if you think clothing is frustrating, just wait until you hear how medical devices can bring seniors to a full stop. 11. Medical devices and aids. Pacemakers, insulin pumps, CPAP machines. Seniors rely on them daily, but in 2025, medical devices remain one of the most common reasons for extra screening. Body scanners can't always distinguish implants from suspicious objects, so alarms are frequent. Seniors with CPAP machines and carry-ons are also often pulled aside because tubing, wires, and masks look confusing on X-rays. A retired traveler in Denver said she stopped almost every trip because her knee replacement sets off the scanner. The fix? Carry a doctor's note or TSA notification card. Declare your device before you walk through. Pack CPAP machines in clear bags and label them. Security agents are trained for this, but they stop you because they must follow procedure. Airlines don't hate medical gear, they hate when it slows the line. And if medical devices are tricky, wait until you see what happens when souvenirs look like weapons. 12. Wrapped gifts. It feels thoughtful, packing beautifully wrapped gifts for loved ones. But in 2025, this is one of the easiest ways to get stopped at security. TSA scanners can't see through dense wrapping paper, bows, or ribbons clearly. Any package that looks suspicious has to be unwrapped on the spot. Seniors are frequent culprits because they like to prepare gifts ahead of time, thinking it saves stress later. TSA officers say wrapped items trigger delays daily, and they often have to tear open carefully wrapped presents in front of embarrassed passengers. One retired grandmother in Boston said her hand-wrapped Christmas gifts were ripped open and retaped, leaving her in tears. The fix? Never wrap gifts before traveling. Pack them unwrapped, or use gift bags that can be quickly inspected. Many airports even offer wrapping stations after security so you can finish the job there. Airlines don't hate gifts. They hate when packaging slows the line. And if you think unwrapped gifts are inconvenient, just wait until you hear how hidden liquids in electronics can stop you cold. 13. Old boarding passes and paper clutter. It's not dangerous, but it will still get you stopped. Paper clutter. In 2025, TSA officers say seniors are frequently pulled aside because old boarding passes, receipts, and layered paper documents jam the scanner view. Thick stacks of paper look like dense blocks, which X-ray software flags as suspicious. Seniors often travel with folders full of old tickets, insurance papers, or even expired passports, just in case. One retired traveler in New York said her bag was fully unpacked because she carried a binder of travel documents she didn't even need. The fix? Carry only the essential documents for your current trip: boarding pass, valid passport, and necessary medical paperwork. Store them neatly in a single travel wallet or folder. Leave old tickets, expired IDs, and extra clutter at home. Airlines don't hate paperwork. They hate the unnecessary stops it creates. And if you think paper clutter is a nuisance, just wait until you see how arts and crafts supplies can trigger even bigger problems at security. 14. Arts and crafts supplies. Knitting needles, paints, and glues. Seniors often bring them for long flights or to gift family. But in 2025, many craft items trigger security stops. Metal knitting needles may be allowed, but they're often flagged as sharp. Oil paints and adhesives are flammable, leading to confiscations. A retired artist in Los Angeles said her entire art kit was taken, including brushes and small knives, because security saw them as threats. The fix? Bring only TSA-approved plastic or bamboo knitting needles and stick to water-based paints in small tubes. Avoid solvents and adhesives entirely. They won't be allowed. Airlines don't hate creativity. They hate the risks and confusion it creates at checkpoints. But even safe crafts pale in comparison to the single biggest trigger of all: inconsistent packing habits. 15. Inconsistent packing habits. Security hates unpredictability. Seniors who pack differently each trip, sometimes liquids in checked, sometimes in carry-on, sometimes forgetting electronics, cause delays. TSA officers say inconsistent travelers get stopped most often because their bags never scan the same way twice. One retired traveler in Chicago said she's pulled aside every other trip because she forgets what she put where. The fix? Create a standard packing routine. Same bag for liquids, same pouch for electronics, same placement every time. That consistency speeds screening and reduces suspicion. Airlines don't mind strict rules, they mind confusion. Seniors who master a routine glide through, while others get stopped again and again. And if you think you've heard it all, wait for the bonus mistake that catches more seniors than any other. Bonus tip: forgetting TSA pre-check or global entry. Here's one of the biggest mistakes seniors make in 2025: not enrolling in expedited security programs. Airlines and TSA don't hate it when you skip pre-check or global entry, but it almost guarantees more stops and delays. Seniors are prime candidates because they travel with medications, devices, and sometimes mobility aids that trigger extra screening. TSA officers told us pre-check lanes cut those hassles dramatically. Shoes stay on, liquids and laptops often stay packed, and lines move faster. One retired couple from Denver said their travel stress dropped in half once they enrolled, since they no longer had to juggle bins or rush to unpack. The fix? If you travel even once or twice a year, sign up for TSA PreCheck $78 for 5 years, or Global Entry $100. Includes PreCheck. Both are free with many credit cards. Seniors who skip these programs face longer lines and higher chances of being stopped. Think of it as the single best investment in smooth security. Airport security in 2025 is stricter than ever, but with the right preparation, you'll breeze through while others get stopped. Which of these caught you by surprise? Have you ever been pulled aside for something unexpected? Share your story in the comments. Your tip could save another traveler's trip.